John kind of from the beginning, he just really took a very providing type of role.
So we did come from two different backgrounds. I'm used to living this life. She's used to living this life. The beginning is always going to be hard. Living together is going to be hard. Financially, it makes it hard.
My name's Jessica Patel. With more than 20 years in personal finance, I'm thrilled to share the real stories of our guest journeys with money, careers, and building the life they want.
Hi there, I'm Jessica Patel from the Singleton Foundation. We are talking to John and Lety today, who were with us about 2 years ago. So Heartbroke, the series where we met you guys, we had filmed that for A Million Stories, which has since, we've won a Telly Award, which is hiding behind us, and an Anthem Award. But we'd love to hear what you guys have been up to since shooting that.
We got a dog.
Got a dog.
That's pretty cool. Another member to the family.
Yep.
So.
And moved to LA.
And a big giant move.
Yeah.
So, how is now navigating that changed? Especially, congratulations, now that you're married. So, how does that, how does that navigate it now?
John kind of from the beginning, he just really took a very providing type of role. So I think that's really what led us into marriage, was because he was just showing it from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I think after that, it was kind of, now it was like, oh shoot, it's
we definitely help each other
with now.
So we did come from two different sides, two different backgrounds. So whenever you mesh two people, in the beginning it's always going to be hard. Living together is going to be hard. Mm-hmm. So all that does make it difficult. That's why in the first year we were together, we had all those big expenses, right? I'm used to living this life. She's used to living this life. So financially, it makes it hard. But as we start to see that we're a team, so everything we spend is as a team, so I'm not taking from you, she's not taking from me, we're taking from each other. So we have to build with each other. Yeah. That kind of helped us out.
How did the move from San Diego to LA affect you guys financially?
Thanks to the military, they were actually a big help in that. And we're very fortunate that we had that. They were able to pay for our movers. Like, we had so many things in our house, and now we're moving to a smaller apartment. And they covered storage units, they cover the movers to move everything in and unpack for us. And I think thanks to that, it relieves a lot of the stress that most people would normally go through.
Yeah, they're very helpful.
Yeah.
Great. And now you had mentioned earlier that idea of like the provider role that you take on, John. I'd love to hear a little bit, because in my life I know people who have a similar scenario, and from Lety, from your perspective, I'd love to hear how that kind of affects you, because I know that with my friends they're like, well, I feel like I can't spend money because then I have to ask him for permission and things like that. How do you guys navigate those kinds of waters when you're the primary breadwinner and you're kind of like taking care of the house, which in and of itself is a job, and like managing the family? How do you navigate that?
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to lead a household when there are two leaders. So I think definitely a lot of it is just kind of letting him take on the role as well. And it's not something, I feel like submission is always seen as like something that's of weakness or something like that. But honestly, it really takes on a lot of hard work to be able to have someone lead and delegate tasks, because there are things that I handle and there are things that he handles, and that's just kind of how we agree to it. And yeah, I think he does a really great job in making me feel like what I do is just as good at what he does. So I think that's also what helps in the relationship.
I love that. That's
I think
awesome.
trust is a big thing with it. So if you've met this person and you're like, I want to be with this person, and you're serious about it, then you have to kind of learn to trust where they're going to lead you to. You know what I mean? If you do see, like in the beginning, we did do bar crawls and we were drinking. So it's obviously going to be hard for us to trust each other when we're not taking things seriously. We stopped drinking, we stopped partying. So not that we can't have fun, but we know when it's time to have fun, and we're taking our relationship seriously. Yeah. So we know, like, if Lety tells me, hey, I need something for this, I'm like, I trust her, so I know it's going to go to that and we're going to do this right. And I say, hey, we can't do this right now, I'm sorry. She trusts, okay, there's a reason and we need to not do that for now.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part
communication.
Of it.
That helps a lot.
And
the ball crawl life, we haven't done that in a while, so that's already saved us right there.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
There goes savings.
Yeah, but I do love how you guys have that open line of communication, because I think that's such a big part of creating a couple that is competent about their money together, is the fact that you can communicate like that and you do have that give and take. It's just a really important thing, as you build your future together. And you said that you were going to sell your old house, right? So from selling your old house, once you live here, what are your next goals that you're saving for, that you're planning for, that you want to kind of look forward to in your life?
we're moving to Texas. No, we're hoping to see if we could maybe buy property in a different area. He has family in New Mexico, so we're just kind of thinking of different things to do that way. Kind of start investing in similar things like that.
After we sell the house, and we get a little bit of, because we only owned the house for about a year and some change, so we did make some equity. So we have some extra money that's going to be coming out of it, and we want to put that to good use instead of like wastefully spending it or saving it in an account that doesn't give us a high interest in return. So we're thinking maybe invest it into a house in Texas or a house in New Mexico where they're a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And even though we didn't get a lot, we're not getting too much back for San Diego, that's a lot in a different state. So,
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the short-term plan. My grandparents ended up buying a lot of houses like that, so I'm like, if I can do the same thing, that'll be nice.
What are some of the hardest things about moving as a young couple to a big city like LA, and how did you prepare for that?
It's really hard to have our dog in an apartment. He's used to having the backyard in the house, so that definitely kind of switched our routine. We have to like know now what time exactly he needs to use the bathroom. Before we just, okay, he wants to go outside, so he goes outside. Yeah, but little things like that. And
City life is so different.
yeah, city life is different.
Yeah, like just going to, like, you can't, from our current locations, like grocery shopping and parking and stuff like that, those are all things that like we did not really plan or think about. So that changes a lot. Surroundings, like city life, the way people view things in city life is a little different too. How did we prepare for that? Well, she kind of has family who's out here, so they kind of helped us find a good spot to go. The parking, we couldn't really prepare for parking.
Parking and traffic, you cannot prepare for it out
We
there.
have like a 7-Eleven near our home, so that's been like our best friend.